We must get them. Yes, we must get them alive.
The tires screamed and the world tilted sideways. Emily's shoulder slammed into the door as the car skidded across the empty street. For one breathless second, everything was still. Then the SUV doors opened and three men stepped out, moving toward them with the unhurried confidence of people who already knew how this ended. Emily's fingers crushed the flash drive in her palm. "Alexander." Her voice was steadier than she expected. "Tell me there is a plan." He looked at the men, then the driver, then her, and the expression on his face told her everything. There was no plan. "Out, now, my side." The driver moved first. They spilled into the cold night and ran, through a narrow gap between buildings, into the dark, into a city that suddenly felt hostile and enormous. Alexander pulled her into a doorway, pressed them against the wall, one finger to his lips. They stood there breathing hard, listening. Silence, distant traffic, a siren somewhere far away. Emily looked at him and felt something cut clean through the fear. Anger. "You knew," she said quietly. "That night you agreed to meet me. You already had the files. You already knew they were watching you." She didn't look away. "You walked into that restaurant knowing I could get hurt." Alexander didn't flinch. "Yes." "Why?" He was quiet. Then, "Because I was tired of being alone with it. And you knew the real me, even without knowing my name." Emily stared at him. "That is the most selfish thing anyone has ever said to me." "I know. And you said it like it's almost romantic." "I know that too. Subscribe right now. Because what comes out of that flash drive is the part that changes everything." She held the drive up between them. "What is actually on this?" Alexander leaned against the wall, his voice stripped down to just facts. "My company builds technology for governments. 3 months ago, I found something buried inside one of our systems, a program nobody told me about, built inside our own architecture without my knowledge." He paused. "It was designed to manipulate financial markets and elections, not influence them, control them, algorithmically, at a scale that governments wouldn't even detect." Emily processed that slowly. "You're telling me someone built a machine that decides who wins elections? And who gets rich doing it? That drive has the source code, the communications, every name involved." He looked at it. "Without it, they wipe the program and rebuild it somewhere else. No one ever proves it existed." Emily's phone buzzed. She looked down. Alexander's face changed when he saw the screen. One message, no name. "We have your driver." The cold moved through her. She thought about the man who had swerved that car without hesitation, who had told them to run, who had stayed behind. "He knew the risk," Alexander said quietly. "That doesn't make it acceptable." "No, it doesn't." He looked at her with something she hadn't seen before. Not the warmth from their late nights, not fear, something harder. "I'm going to draw them toward me," he said. "Give them a target, buy you time." Emily shook her head immediately. "No. Emily, these people built a program to control governments." She stepped closer. "They are not letting you go because you gave them a clean trade. And if they take you, no one knows how to reach Elena Ruiz except you. The drive becomes useless. Everything your driver just paid for means nothing." Silence. "So what do you suggest?" Emily looked at the drive, then back at him. "Give me Elena's contact. I go to her directly. Right now. Tonight. They'll follow you. Then make sure they're too busy following you to notice me." Something moved across his face, almost a smile. He took her phone and typed a name and number. His fingers paused for just a second before he handed it back. "Tell her the name on that drive," he said. "She'll know what it means." Emily looked at the screen, pocketed the phone, checked the drive was secure. Then she looked at Alexander Voss one last time, the man behind a message at 2:17 in the morning. The man who had made her feel understood before she knew who he was. The man who had pulled her into a war she never agreed to, and who was now the only ally she had. "Don't get caught," she said. "Don't lose that drive," he said. They walked in opposite directions into the city, two people moving through the same darkness toward completely different dangers, carrying between them the only thing powerful enough to bring everything down. Across town, Elena Ruiz's phone was about to ring, and the real story was only just beginning. Smash that like button right now. Subscribe and turn on notifications. Part 3 is where Emily reaches Elena. The identity behind the program is finally revealed, and the person nobody suspected turns out to be at the center of everything. Drop a comment. Do you trust Alexander, or is he still hiding something? We read everyone. See you in part 3.